Hey guys, I'm Justin Tyler for Newsarama.com here at San Diego Comic-Con talking to Rob Liefeld. Thanks for talking.
You bet.
So you got a ton going on. You want to talk about your DC work first?
Yeah, sure. I've got at DC, got Deathstroke and Hawkman and Grifter. And then in September, Hawk and Dove Zero, wrapping that up. So, and all those books have zero issues coming out in September, which are big kind of reveals, you know, kind of takes you back to their origins of each character. And then we reveal kind of a great secret or twist with all of them. Right now we're wrapping up in Deathstroke, the 4-issue Lobo Hunt. With Grifter, we are just, issue 12 is the culmination of our first story arc. And it puts Grifter up against Hellspawn for the first time. They have this giant, you know, issue-long battle, which really defines what Grifter is capable of. But then in Grifter Zero, we take you back to the program that Grifter was a part of, and we find out just how many other people like Grifter there may be. And then finally, Hawkman. DC has just let me attack that book.
Great character to jump on.
I love Carter Hall. I love Hawkman. And issues 11 and 12, we further the mystery of where he's come from as he tries to seek out his origin. I mean, I've really tried to add a little bit of a Jason Bourne flavor, where he's up against more people seem to know more about him than he knows about himself. He's determined to find the truth, and no one's going to get in his way. But with the issue 0, we do the biggest Hawkman story that I think DC's ever published. We show you exactly how he obtained the nth metal armor. We show you his family, his best friend, the Emperor's son, a terrible tragedy that happened that kind of set Hawkman on his path. And that rolls into 13, where Lady Hawk, who is also from Thanagar, arrives, and they're not happy to see him. They actually want to take him back because he is wanted for crimes against the Empire. And in fact, there's a warrant out for him all across the galaxy. He is like, you know, enemy of the state #1. And so that gives us a brand new story arc that DC is all into. They went all in. It's called Hawkman Wanted. It's going to pit Hawkman against Green Arrow, Red Hood and the Outlaws, Deathstroke, and possibly one of the big 3 that you've come to know and love at DC. But it is exciting. I mean, again, the guys at DC said, Rob, give us something big, give us a sense of urgency, and you know, all you can do is hit send when you come up with the idea, and then you go, are they going for this?
Hopefully, that's what
and
they want.
Buddy, you're going to see a lot of promotion for Hawkman Wanted. So the DC books are just a blast. I'm having a great time.
What's it like jumping on those books? They just rebooted the whole thing, and then you're sort of doing a mini reboot on your own.
Well, you know what? The books got off to a nice launch, and then, you know, they came to me because they thought that action, adventure is my forte, and they remember what I did when I jumped on the New Mutants and kind of changed the culture there, and they wanted a sense of urgency on these books. I mean, you can't have a book called Deathstroke, Grifter, and Hawkman and have them not have, like, you know, high-octane adventures. So that's what we're supplying. And like I said, they've been really good to me.
Talking about Grifter, obviously an Image character that has become part of DC. Sure. Image is 20 years old. Could you have imagined working on an Image character at DC 20 years later? You
know, not 20 years later at the time, but you know, it's really cool. The reason I was excited to do Grifter was, you know, my Image books right now are all being done by new talent. The idea was, let's get fresh voices. Well, I've never done Grifter, so I'm the fresh voice on another Image character.
That's so
it's just
funny.
not my Extreme character. Well, I love Jim, and I love the Wildcats, and I love Jim. I love Grifter. I was there. Jim Lee and I both, we were the first guys at Marvel, and Jim knows this, to get fax machines.
Oh, wow.
Back in like
cutting edge stuff.
Late 80s, dude. Back then, Marvel didn't have one. We said, Marvel, you need this. We can get stuff to you immediately. And they're like, we've never heard of these fax machines. It took them a year, and then they were like, Rob and Jim, we have a fax, but we used to like send each other sketches, and it'd be like, and I'd be looking at that as it came out, and he'd be like,
it's a Christmas morning.
Yeah, and he'd be like, Youngblood, and we were like going back and forth. So I was there. I tell people I was there when Grifter was born.
Right.
I mean, he was born through that fax.
Born from a fax machine. There's your origin.
Right out of Jim's hands into the fax, because we were all sharing stuff. So I mean, I was there like hours after he was born.
Yeah,
so
that's very cute.
It's fun.
You're the godparent.
Dude,
you're the godfather.
We're all kind of godparents of each other's stuff and Image. But no, I couldn't be more excited. It's great. Voodoo comes into Grifter in issue 13, and beyond for a while. She hangs around as we continue to build out, and I've already got Deathblow in there. So it's like I'm really having a fun time with all those Wildstorm characters. It's great stuff.
And you're seeing the guys here. You guys are doing a panel.
Yeah, we're doing it on Sunday, I think.
Yeah.
20 years, Image, all of us
Does
unfiltered.
it just make you tired thinking about how long ago? And
It really doesn't feel like it's been 20 years. It's man, it's just gone by really fast.
Yeah.
You know, and we were so young when it started that it just seems like at this point it doesn't feel like we have a 20-year property, you know, but it's weird. But Image has done a lot of good for this business.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
I mean, we changed the business, we changed the way artists were paid, the way they were compensated, the printing of the books, the coloring, the production. I mean, Image, people forget like how seminal we were in where everything is today.
Reorienting
and
the whole
do not
business.
forget Image's effect on little Robert Kirkman.
I was going to say, he's shaping up to have the #1 comic of the year.
Buddy, he is killing it.
Yeah.
And you know, all of us couldn't be happier. Robert, just what a great, you know, legacy.
Yeah, he inherited.
He used to drive. He used to get his mom to drive to our signings, and he'd tell us how he'd drive hours to come see us. And then, you know, now he's the big dog in Image. It's just a great cycle.
That's so cool. Well, good luck with everything. Great to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
And we'll
Have
see
a
you
great
soon.
show.
And you guys stay tuned for plenty more from San Diego Comic-Con.